Hi everyone, welcome to the first episode of Navigating Life with Mary. Before we talk about my first episode, I just want to say a massive thank you to the podcast community for the support and encouragement, and to my first listeners in all the platforms I'm in Spotify, Google Podcast, YouTube. I'm also in TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you all. Love you all. Thanks for the support. So, turning point. This phrase was introduced to me about 8 years ago during a company workshop, and I was reminded again after I watched Spider Man No Way Home. There was this scene that I always look forward to in every Spider Man movie, where they threw out the line, with great power comes great responsibility. It's my favorite scene because it's his turning point. So, what is a turning point? It is a pivotal moment in your life. Maybe a situation, a line, or a scene from a song, book, poetry, or movie that happened or you've heard when you needed it the most. The difference between a turning point and an aha moment is it changes you. It compels you to take action. It is more than just a moment of realization. It hits you hard that you can't just ignore it. It helps you to move forward and deal with your inner demons and ignore external voices. You start to see things more clearly and focus on the things that you need to address. Looking back, I realized that in different stages of our life, we have a turning point, and that moment equips us to the next stage of our life. When I was young, I was aware that we don't have a place that we can call home. We are always moving until such a time when a relative lent us a lot with a half-finished house. At the age of 9, I knew that I needed to grow up fast so that I can work and buy my own house, because I'm always afraid that we will be asked to leave. So by the time I got a stable job at the age of 20, I bought my own house on a mortgage, but hey, at least only the government can take it away from me and my family. And after reaching that goal, my life mostly went well after. Then, my second turning point happened when I got pregnant 8 years ago. Although I always dreamt of having my own family and I felt that I've been preparing for it all my life, I realized it is true that nothing can prepare you for having a child. Experiencing the changes in my body, feeling something growing inside of me, and constantly being anxious and worried if I am good enough and deserving of such blessing. Having a person I will be responsible for the rest of my life. All my actions, decisions, my thoughts, my dreams are all anchored to a life. Not because she is my daughter, not because I no longer live for myself, but the opposite. My daughter is God's heritage to me. It is a promise that through her I will always feel His love. So nothing really excites me more than being a mother and documenting the experience. It gave success a different meaning to me. I still have my personal goals, and that is fueled by my desire to become a good role model to my daughter and a wife to my supportive and loving husband. And just like, when I reached my first goal, all is well in the next few years, and just when you thought everything is settling down a bit came the COVID-19. Another turning point for most of us, right? The pandemic made me realize the importance of having emergency funds, savings, planting crops, exercise, knowing how to cook, and taking care of our health. And that includes our mental health. The pandemic exposed us to this very important aspect of our being that we often ignore because of social stigma. Nobody is prepared for the pandemic and its impact to our daily life, but this situation compelled us to be more present, to help each other, to be resourceful, resilient, and kind. 3 decades, 3 turning point. How about you? What was or were your turning point? How did it change you? Comment your answers and now let's talk about it. Thank you for listening to this episode. Please don't forget to follow me here in Spotify, TikTok, Anchor, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm also in Facebook and Instagram. Just search for Navigating Life with Mary and looking forward to connect with you there. See you next week as we talk about finding your voice. Stay safe. Bye.